Okay, so we are continuing on from long-term care, and let's go ahead and continue to take a look at this here. So, many duties of the pharmacy technician in the long-term care pharmacy organization is similar to that of the hospital. So basically, in some facility, you may have what's called a medication card. We talked about that in relationship to hospital pharmacies. We talked about that in relationship to nursing homes. And they are filled with enough medication to last a week for that particular patient. There are emergency kits, codes, carts similar to that in the hospital that are also located in long-term care facilities for emergency situation. And within those particular settings, you will have a consulting pharmacist that develop and maintain an individual pharmaceutical plan for each of the long-term patients. And then you have what's called a distributive pharmacist. That's making sure the long-term care patient receives the correct medication that is ordered. Okay. And of course, nursing homes could fall into those particular categories. There's certain things that is very, very important in relationship to nursing homes. Um, and they're governed by a legal code. So, for example, long-term care residents have particular rights that are afforded to them. This includes the right to be safe and having adequate care, having a decent environment, privacy in terms of where they live. Sometimes they have single rooms, sometimes they have double rooms. That's separated by a curtain, confidentiality of their medical records, having personal property and clothing, so that they can have some sense of ownership of something that's very important. Unfortunately, there have been circumstances in which there have been abuse in nursing home, and so you want freedom from abuse and then a right to see relatives coming in. So those are very, very important qualifications that are needed for individuals who are engaged in long-term care. Okay, so we're going to move on from talking about long-term care and home infusion. Home infusion can occur within a patient's home, an institutional setting, or a physician's office. So home care provided for care in a patient's home might otherwise be provided in an institutional setting or physician's office. So when we talk about um, home infusion, many times that is being provided by a home care agency. So this is care that is supervised by a registered nurse who works with the physician, pharmacist, and others to administer a care plan that involves the patient or other caregiver. The primary advantage of home care over institutional care is better quality of life, but in many cases it may be also less expensive. Okay, so again, one of the challenges in healthcare systems that is very, very expensive. So one of the fastest growing area in the healthcare field is that of home health care, and within that subcategory is home infusion. So basically, advances in home infusion pump technology have made the infusion process more accurate and easier to administer, and have been a major factor in the growth of home infusion. And there are different types of pumps that are used to facilitate the process. These include the type of therapy or therapies, the ambulatory status of the patient, the involvement of caregivers, and so on and so forth. The supervisor nurse and the pharmacist consult on the patient's care plan and choose the appropriate pump. And one of the fundamental process of that is called patient education, and also caregivers education. So here, the key definition that you should be familiar with is home care agency, home nursing care businesses that provide a range of healthcare services, including infusion. Okay, so let's continue to look at home infusion primary providers. This could be done by home care agency, home infusion pharmacies, or hospitals. So the primary providers of home infusion services are home care agencies. Um, these are essentially home nursing care businesses that provide a range of home health care services, infusion. You can have what's called home infusion pharmacies. These are specialized pharmacies that prepare a mixture, provide infusion pumps, and are involved in various aspects of the patient care plan. And then, of course, a hospital, as part of the services, they may provide home infusion like, care to the patients. So many hospitals offer home infusion therapies as a way to ensure patient continue therapy after the patient is released. And you may see this in relationship to chemotherapy patients. Okay, so what are some of the things that are infused where they need continuous infusion? Well, antibiotics. Antibiotics therapy is common home infusion service that may be used to treat individuals with HIV/AIDS and other infections, maybe tuberculosis, congenital pneumonia. Parenteral nutrition. Parenteral nutrition is often required for patients and that may have intestinal disorders such as Crohn's disease or AIDS. Pain management. This generally applies to the future of narcotics for patients with pain for terminal illness and other types of severe chronic pain. Many times, surgery can leave individuals with chronic pain, and pain management is very, very important. Then individuals that are suffering with cancer that need chemotherapy. So in certain situations, chemotherapy is provided at home. This is in conjunction with an oncological program at a particular hospital and clinic. Okay, so who are the individuals that are associated with the home care team? And we've been talking about that. And you see this whether we're dealing with a community pharmacy, whether we're dealing with a hospital pharmacy, whether we're dealing this with long-term care, whether we're dealing with nursing home. Basically, there are certain key individuals that are associated with the care of the patient. But here with home care team is added individual. First, the physician, the patient physician ordering the infusion therapy, the registered nurse, the nurse responsible for coordinating and monitoring the care plan and the home care team, and also for educating the patient. The pharmacist will work with supervising nurse to develop a pharmaceutical care plan, which includes selection of the infusion device, identification of potential adverse reactions and intravenous interventions, and monitoring practices. Then here comes the pharmacy technician. The technician works under the pharmacist's supervision. It may be involved in compounding, labeling, delivery, and other non-consulting activities. And then in addition, that we have not talked about in relationship to other pharmacy settings, is a home care aide. Aides are non-professional staff employed by the home care agency who work under the supervision of the registered nurse. They assist in various aspects of patient care, but of course not involved in radiation therapy. And finally, the nuclear pharmacy. Well, the nuclear pharmacies are specialized and regulated pharmacies that prepare radioactive material such as radio pharmaceuticals that are used for diagnosis as well as treatment of disease. Okay, so radiopharmaceuticals can be used for diagnosis, can be used for treatment of disease. Again, nuclear pharmacy are specialized, especially licensed and regulated pharmacies that prepare radioactive materials called radiopharmaceuticals that's used for diagnosis and treatment of disease. Nuclear pharmacies are located for easy access to the hospital and clinics where most of the diagnosis take place. So nuclear pharmacists have both restricted and non-restricted areas in which they work. Alright, so something that's also very important in this particular aspect of nuclear pharmacy are the regulations. Everything must be regulated. And this regulation for radiation safety is USP 795 and 797. So this is done by the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, also the Department of Transportation. So certain things that are very important is a lot of times they will use badges to monitor exposure or just is increased levels. The badge will pick it up. Radiopharmaceutical are hazardous materials and there are specialized rules on how to handle that. The federal government has an annual limit for exposure of radioactive material. The pharmacists and pharmacy technicians who work with these radiopharmaceuticals are required to wear badges to monitor the radiation exposure. Okay, so that concludes. Now let's go back to the beginning and look at thinking it through. Okay, so Silver has been looking to classify ads in the newspaper for a job opening as pharmacy technician. She noticed several different jobs in the paper, today's paper. One is for pharmacy technician as a North American mail order pharmacy. Another is Happy Valley long-term care. And the third is Metro West Health System Parental Solutions. As you read to the chapter, keep in mind the following questions. Which of the following opportunities Sarah will be qualified for if Sarah had no experience working in the Ivy room or with a university education? Basically, if she has just finished her training, most likely it will be the mail order. Remember we talked about the different aspects of mail order, like some of the pharmacy technicians are taking prescription, some are actually making the medication, or just putting it within the bottles, or working the automated dispenser, and the others are just doing the delivery, preparing the materials for shipping. That would be the best setting for Sarah if she does not have any experience dealing with IV rooms and universal medication. Which of the environments are most likely to use automation? And the answer would be the mail order. We talked about that, when the prescription comes in, they have very large facilities that they're doing hypertensive medication. They don't need a technician there. The medication is put into the machine. The bottles are put in the machine. Bottles do the labeling of the prescription, and then it just runs to the machine. Okay, so this concludes chapter 17, and we'll be moving on to the last chapter, which is chapter 18.